Do you feel like you're trying to push a boulder uphill all by yourself? If you do, then you must be a new small YouTuber. Hi, I'm Corinne Christensen and welcome to my YouTube channel. YouTube is an amazing platform. I say this because, it has equal opportunity for everyone. Myself being middle-aged, people younger than me and people older than me, there is no prejudice whatsoever. Everyone can take an opportunity and they can turn it into whatever they wish. And I think, there's a lot of cultures and a lot of places where the opportunities are not there. In some cultures, women can't speak in public. In some cultures, women can't work. They can't take any education and they can't advance themselves in any way. So I think, we're pretty fortunate in this country and we have equal opportunity to do whatever you like. So that's one of the things I really love about YouTube. And another thing I really love is it's really a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. I mean, you have to do things that most people have never done before, like speaking in front of a camera, learning editing skills, learning cinematic mode on your phone, learning as well to be around other people while you're filming and not let that bother you, not let judgment of others interfere with your video, learning new things. Like, this is my car blue. It's a 2020 Toyota Corolla. And I thought, I'm going to try something a little bit different today. But I really think that, it's the commitment to, you know what you want. And we show up for other people all the time. We show up for the man, so to speak. We show up for our employer. We show up for our family, whether that's your spouse or your children. There's so many commitments that we show up for. So why not show up for yourself? Why not show up for your creative self and your passions? And that's where I think YouTube has an amazing opportunity. You can get as little or as much out of it as you choose. And I think that there's a community out there for everyone. It's whether or not, we keep showing up to find them and whether or not we're relatable. I think, I want to shout out to all the mothers out there. I myself at one time was a single mom, and I know that being a mom is one of the hardest jobs in the entire world. And it's just so nice to actually, you have to still basically have time for self-care. And I don't care whether it's, you bath the kids and you put them to bed and now they're finally sleeping. Draw yourself a hot bubble bath, light some candles, put on some music, listen to a podcast while you're in there, read a book, whatever it is. Like, you have to make sure that you still take care of you and your own mental health, because we're giving to other people all the time and you have to still recharge your own batteries. And for myself, I love anything creative. A lot different than making videos, but I would do all kinds of things, from baking to making barn board signs to making soap to, I love to dance. I'm not a great singer, but I still love to sing. Like, whatever creative spark and passion that you have, that is an amazing idea for a channel as well. And I do, like, I'm chatty Cathy. I love to talk, and I've always kind of been the person that, I suppose it was later in life when I realized I'm an empath. And for people that don't know, it's that we're very sensitive and we pick up other people's energy, and sometimes we pick up their feelings. And so myself, I really do need to recharge. And if I don't, and I recharge by a lot of alone time, if I don't, I get really cranky and crabby and stuff like that. And I think it was later on in life I'd realized, because if I went to somewhere where, there's a big crowd of people, literally, like, I couldn't decipher my own energy from theirs. And then for like 3 days, I just wanted to sit under the table and do nothing. Like, I hadn't realized I was so emotionally drained, because I can tap into this energy without even trying, right? And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are very much the same. And so what you have to do is we have to recharge, and then you also have to focus your energy into your passions. And that's where your creativity comes. Like, I've had people say to me, like, I don't have any hobbies. I don't have anything I'm good at, which is BS. I'm sorry, but that's my opinion. And the way I usually come back with that is, you know, whatever you're passionate about, like if you go out in the garage and you're making signs or you're doing a woodwork project and you have your tunes on and you're so enthralled in that project that you don't even realize 2-3 hours have gone by, that's your passion. That's what you should be doing. Everybody has something. And, you know, when I think of YouTube, I think everybody has a life story. Everybody has struggles and things that they've gone through. And everybody has valuable information to share. And so if you think to yourself, oh, I couldn't do that because I don't have anything to talk about. No, everybody has something, right? And we're all relatable. And I just think that there's so much personal growth in having a YouTube channel. Like, I've done things I've never done in my life, right? And I'm middle-aged, and of course it's, you know, we're either, our energy and our focus is either in fear or it's in love. And if you think about it, you can't be in fear and in love at the same time. It just doesn't work that way, right? And so you really have to decide what you're going to give your energy to. And as far as personal growth, like, there's no growth in doing the same thing over and over again. You know, that's just rinse, wash, and repeat. There's only growth in basically getting out of your comfort zone. That's the only way we grow. And we realize that, you know, we make mistakes. We do things wrong and the rest of it. And, you know, like a lot of times it's just like have a good chuckle, right? But the same token, that's the only way we grow. And just like anything, the more you practice, the better you get, right? So I just think that, you know, we're just so fortunate that there is a YouTube platform. I mean, look at, you can take someone like Mr. Beast. He was in it for what, 10 years, I think, before he really took off. So it's something that you have to be committed to for the long haul. You know, you're thinking that I'm doing these videos because I like it. I'm doing this video because I know that I'm going to have an audience of people that are going to find me and we're going to relate and be able to communicate, all those kinds of things. But at the same token, it's like when you look at people that are just gifted everything, you know, let's just take, for example, a young kid that's gifted a Camaro, right? And 2 weeks later, he's in an accident, smashes it up. It doesn't mean anything because he knows 2 weeks later he's going to get another new car. When you're handed everything that you want, it means absolutely nothing to you. And so it's kind of the same philosophy or analogy. Like, if you take a younger kid, let's say a teenage kid, 16, whatever, and he's going to get his first car, and he's decided it's going to take $5,000, let's say. And let's say this kid is working at McDonald's, wherever it is, and he's making minimum wage, and it takes him 2 years to save that money every month to buy that car for $5,000, right? Well, don't kid yourself. He's going to wash that car every Wednesday and he's going to take care of it because he had to work so hard for it. And that's the same kind of thing. Like when we think about, you know, let's just say we decided we're going to be committed to YouTube for 3 years, right? We're going to keep making videos because we like it. We're passionate about it. We can see the growth in ourselves even if no one else can see it, and that's okay. And maybe at the end of that 3 years, you have a huge community and you get monetized. Whatever the case is, how good is that going to feel? And not only that, how much more are you going to appreciate it because you had to work for it? It's just like anything, right? And so if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.